Hi, welcome to the 1K to Go Sports Quick Vid series. Today we're going to focus on a question that I get asked a lot, and that's what do you bring on rides with you? And so we're going to take this moment to break this down into three distinct categories. First one's going to be function, second one's going to be fuel, and the third one's going to be safety. So everybody's different, and it's going to be varying on where you're riding and how long that ride is, but we'll break it down into three easy steps for you to follow. So you got to think about the function of your bike and make sure that you're bringing everything that you need to get home safely. First thing that I'm going to show you guys here is a saddle bag. A saddle bag is going to be a place that you can keep anything from a tool to a spare tube to a couple different devices that you need to fill your tires. So first thing here is CO2. This is a CO2 injector. Basically all that you do is you crack this open and you use this to inflate your tire. Super small and convenient, but one of the downsides is sometimes they leak, sometimes they freeze up, and they don't always work, so they could leave you stranded. In the back pocket I have here is another thing called Vittoria Pit Stop. Vittoria Pit Stop works on all tires, but it's especially important if you find yourself out there training on tubular tires because they don't accept the tube. So you have to have a sealant that goes in, much like you have in a car, that's gonna plug the leak, inflate your tire, and get you home safely. The other option is the handy dandy pump, right? So you got a pump. This actually fits in the back pocket. They do make these full size that fit in the frame, but this is gonna work for you every time. When you need air and you don't mind sitting on the side of the road pumping away, this is gonna get you home and inflated and back on your way pretty much with the same pressure that you left home with. And the last thing, trusty cell phone. I usually carry this in a Ziploc bag just in case it rains. Can't tell you the number of times I've had to call my wife to pick me up because I've had a catastrophic mechanical, a double flat, didn't have enough supplies, but really you should never leave home without this cell phone. So that's function, pretty much everything you need. If you think about this, you probably want a tool, a tube, a Ziploc bag with a cell phone, and some sort of pumping device. Really, there's no shame in going out with too much stuff on your bike, because more than likely you're gonna come across somebody that needs it, if not you. On the subject of fuel, it's important to know that fuel equals food. The calories that you take in during a ride will impact the quality of your ride. As an athlete, you're capable of burning about 500 to 1,000 calories an hour, so think about that as going out. You're only really capable of digesting and taking in between 300 to 400 calories. So, during a 2-hour ride, it's very possible that you're going to burn about 2,000 calories depending on the effort that you're putting in. But during that same 2 hours, you're only able to take in about 800 calories. So naturally, you're going to find yourself in a deficit. In that example, you're looking at about a 1,200 calorie deficit. That's a lot. That's going to leave you, during your ride, very tired, unable to put in the efforts that you want for the training that you're doing. So, we like to follow the rules of fuel. Rule number 1, try to take in about 2 bottles of an hour. After that first hour, those bottles and the food that you consume should equal to about 300 to 400 calories an hour. It's really important to eat real food. A lot of stuff is available. Bring money. Make sure you can stop at a store and get something if needed. And always make sure to continue to eat and hydrate after. Now, food on a ride could be a few different things. It could be something simple as a banana. It could be something as simple as something that you took from your cupboard. I like granola bars. You can steal food from your kid. You can mix powder into a bottle, and you can even use something engineered and designed for riding. This is actually just plain old Vermont maple syrup, and it works really well. Let's dive into safety. So, a couple key components to the safety factor when you're out riding a bike. And the first one that we'll talk about, actually the main one that we'll talk about, is going to be visibility. So, first thing is high vis colors moving at a high speed generally attract people's eyes to you, and you want to be seen as much as humanly possible when you're on the side of the road traveling along busy roads. So I always actually wear this vest. It is a wind vest, keeps you a little bit warm, but I always keep it in my pocket. And if the sun's going down, or I feel like I'm going to be on a busy road, I'll always take this out of my pocket. It scrunches up really tight, and I'll put this on for safety. Take you for a tour around the bike as well, and highlight a couple quick features, right? So unobtrusive is a front blinky light. Always important to run one of these. You can actually use it for illumination, but you can also set it to blink so that you're noticed. Coming around to the back of the bike, we also have rear blinkies, and the rear blinkies are also going to keep you visible from riders coming from behind. different settings on it. You can set it up to flash, set it up for different brightness, but always good to have a blinky on your bike. And it doesn't matter if you're racing or training, it's good to kind of keep those safety factors on because they really don't get in the way and they keep you safe no matter what the conditions. For a quick recap, let's go over all three. First one is function. You have to ask yourself, is your bike ready to ride? Second one is fuel. You have to ask yourself, do you have the energy to ride? And last is safety. Important question is, can you be seen by drivers?